Those who are online, are you able to hear me and see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we shall get started. So what was the last concept that we saw? Example 8. Can I have a book? You both are sharing. Okay. Now open it on. So example 8 is over, no? Example 8, no? I asked you to solve 7.2 on your own. 7.2, there is nothing that I need to teach. You can do it on your own. Okay. Just to recollect the concepts, how many problems are there? Just 5 problems. Each problem I'll give you 1.5 minute time, 7.5 minutes. Completing a timer on. Do it fast. Concentrate and do it. I'm seriously switching on the timer. 7.7.5 minutes. Okay. Do it fast. 7.2. Do it fast. 7.2. I have old book. Yeah, 6.2. 6.2. Sorry, my mistake. Permutation combination. Do it fast. Last class attend பண்ணியா? 7.6.2. இதுல என்ன இருக்கு? 7.2. பண்ணு. Faster பண்ணு. Did you complete or that's the last step? Then it is wrong. Wait. Then it is wrong. You should do it in a smart way. Why are you multiplying? From where are you multiplying? In this order. You already know what is 5 factorial. 120. 120 into 6. 720. 720 into 7. Like that, you have to do it faster. Error. Yeah. Those are online, are you doing?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You have 4 minutes left. Sorry, 5 minutes left. நீ ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம்க்கு இவ்வளவு நேரம் முக்கணும் எப்படி பண்ணுவ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் 5 minutes இருக்கு மூஞ்சிலே அப்ப நான் இப்படியே பண்ண சொன்ன உடனே அப்ப 14 ஃபேக்டோரியல் மைனஸ் 13 ஃபேக்டோரியல் தான் ஃபுல்லா எழுதி அப்புறம் மல்டிப்ளை பண்ணி பண்ணுவியா? வாட் இஸ் a smarter way to solve that? Look at the bigger number. எப்படி பண்ணேன் 10 factorial எப்படி 10 into 9 into 8 factorial. So I look at the least factorial and try to write everything else in terms of the least factorial and cancel it. No. எதுக்கு physics bookல இது எல்லாம் ஒரே bookல எழுதுறேன். சொல்லு ஏன் ஒன்றும் தேவையில்லை. நீ ஆல்ரெடி டேட்டும் போட மாட்டோம், ஒரு மண்ணும் போட மாட்டோம், தேவையில்லை. மெயின்டைன் செப்பரேட் நோட்ஸ் ஃபார் சீக்கிரம் பண்றாங்க. ம் 3 minutes. One 6 factorial you can cancel. Yeah. Which problem is that? Fourth one now. Why did you take LCM? I never asked you to take. I have solved it. Look at this example. Last class I solved it. Two minutes. You remember 5 factorial as 120, 6 factorial 720, 720 into 7. Answer no, அவ்வளவுதான். But they will not write why it is not. Left hand side will be 30, right hand side will be 504. 50 seconds. Chalo. You didn't attend previous class? Yeah. But you went through the videos? Okay. $20 seconds, sir. Time up. How many problems are over? 4, huh? 4. Got the answer or you just completed? 4, huh? Ashwin? எவ்வளவு படம்? Rahul? Rohit. Rohit? Fifth. Okay. So give me the book. Exercise 6.2. The first problem is evaluate 8 factorial. So 8 factorial is how much? 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So you can remember that 6 factorial is 120. Sorry, not 120, it is 720. 5 factorial is 120, 6 factorial is 720. So 720 into 7 is going to be 5040. 5040 into 8 is how much? 408. Yeah. So it's going to be 40320. So what about the second problem? 4 factorial minus 3 factorial. Right. So whenever you have these kind of problems, look at the highest factorial and the least factorial. Try to write the highest factorial in terms of least factorial. In the sense, you should write this as 4 into 3 factorial minus 3 factorial. So what will you do? You'll take 3 factorial common. So 3 factorial into 4 minus 1, which is going to be 3. 3 into 3 factorial is 6. 3 into 6 is going to give us 18. In the sense, you will find 4 factorial separately. If they give you 40 factorial minus 39 factorial, you'll set and do everything. Right? 18. So second is 3 factorial plus 4 factorial equal to 7 factorial. Obviously, the answer is no. That's what we need to show. So what is 3 factorial? 6. For this, you need to do it like that. 6 plus 4 factorial is 24. Right? So this is the LHS. So which is going to give us 30. What about the RHS, which is going to be 7 factorial? So 7 factorial, we know from the previous problem, it is 5040. So obviously they both are not equal. Hence the answer is no. So what about the third one? Compute 8 factorial divided by 6 factorial into 2 factorial. Observe. 8 factorial highest, 2 factorial least. So what you can do is try to write the highest factorial in terms of lesser factorials. So what I can do is I can write this as 8 into 7 into 6 factorial because I'm able to see 6 factorial, right? Divided by 6 factorial into 2 factorial is 2 itself, right? So 6 factorial and 6 factorial is gone. 2 will cancel this 8 4 times. It is going to be 28. Is that clear? Shall I proceed? I'll give you time to copy. So look at the fourth problem. So fourth one is if 1 by 6 factorial plus 1 by 7 factorial is equal to x divided by 8 factorial. Still the logic is same. Highest factorial should be written in terms of least factorial. So 6 factorial is least. So try to write 8 factorial in terms of 6 factorial. Similarly, 7 factorial also in terms of 6 factorial. So it will be 7 into 6 factorial is equal to x divided by 8 into 7 into 6 factorial. So 6 factorial gets cancelled. So 1 plus 1 by 7 is equal to x divided by 8 into 7. I'm not going to multiply because what is going to be the LCM? It will be 8 by 7 is equal to x divided by 8 into 7. Cancel these two, which implies x is equal to 8 into 8, which is 64. Is the point clear? Yes. Right? The fifth problem is if NPR is equal to n factorial divided by n minus r factorial, then find the value of 6p2. So what is 6p2? It is going to be 6 factorial by 4 factorial. This is the first problem. Okay. So how much is this going to be? 6 into 5 into 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial. Cancel these two. Answer is 30. Similarly, second one. 9p5. It is 9 factorial by 5 factorial. It is 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 factorial, the whole divided by 5 factorial. Cancel these two. 6 into 7, 42. 42 into 9 is, actually it will be, okay, sorry, my mistake. Correction. So it is going to be 9 factorial divided by 4 factorial. So it will be 9 into 7, 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial. Cancel these two. So it is going to be 30. 30 into 7 is 210. 210 into 8 is 1680. 1680 into 9. So it is 16800 minus 1680 0 2 1 15120. Right? So that's the answer. Okay. Easy, right? So let us recollect the concepts that we discussed in the previous class. So I gave you some formulae, right? What were the formulae that we discussed? The number of ways you can arrange R distinct objects when n objects are given to you, and it is without repetition. Then it is NPR. It is NPR. If you can use the same number, if the repetition is allowed, it is going to be n power R. Okay. Now the question is, what if you don't have distinct items, rather you have similar items? Okay. So you can write down the heading as permutations when the objects are not distinct. So permutations when the objects are not distinct. Okay. See, suppose I'll take the textbook example itself. If the word root is given to you, among which you have 4 letters, and you need to arrange these 4 letters in 4 blank spaces, means you're asked to form new words, right, using the letters R-O-O-T, right? You can use any combination so that the word that you form may have meaning, may not have meaning, but you have to form them. If I ask you, what are all the words you can form out of it? So you can think of T-O-O-R. Then see, suppose I call this as 1 and 2. Okay. So can I write this as T-O-1-O2-R, T-O2-O1-R? Can I write it like this? Right. In a similar way, what else can I write? R-O1-T-O2, R-O2-T-O1. Like this, I can keep on writing. So if I use the permutations here, then in how many ways can I arrange the 4 letters that are given to us? You can arrange it in 4 factorial ways. You can arrange 4 letters among themselves in 4 factorial. Why it is 4 factorial is because 4 letters are there. P times, how many blank spaces do we have? You have 4 blank spaces. So this will be 4 factorial divided by 4 minus 4 factorial. What is 4 minus 4 factorial? 0 factorial, and remember 0 factorial is 1. So answer will be 4 factorial. That is why I wrote it as 4 factorial. Now, this is where we need to be careful. So when I write 4 factorial, the meaning of it is I'm trying to say that 24 words can be formed using these 4 letters. But among those 24 words that you form, how many are actually getting repeated? Not 2. Like that, 12 will get repeated because there is nothing like O1 and O2. We only try to write it like different words, but both the O's are same because they are not different. That's what the heading says. No permutations and the objects are not distinct. O1 and O2 are not distinct. They are the same. So when that is the case, the total number of permutations that are possible when the objects are distinct is 4 factorial, right? But you need to divide it with 2 times, sorry, you need to divide it with the number of objects that are similar, right? Here, how many objects are similar? 2, right? You need to divide it with the factorial of that number so that you will get that result. So it is going to be 4 factorial divided by 2 factorial. Okay. Similarly, if I think of this word, okay, how many letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these 5 letters should be arranged among themselves so that you are able to form new words out of it, right? So the 5 letters among themselves can be rearranged in how many ways? 5 factorial ways. The answer would have been only 5 factorial had everything been distinct. But here, if you see, m is repeating twice. So you need to put the 2 factorial here. And a is repeating twice. So you need to put 2 factorial. This will be the answer. So 5 factorial by 2 factorial into 2 factorial. See, I'm not concerned about what the answer is. I'm only telling you how to write the equation. Did you understand? So in this chapter, the tricky part is you framing this equation and bringing the result. Final answer, you can solve it if you know to handle factorial, right? So can you tell me some other word? Let's take mathematics. How many letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So how many ways can you rearrange them? You can arrange them in 11 factorial ways, but what is happening here? The certain 1 minute. So here 1, 2, a is coming twice, so 2 factorial, m is coming twice, so 2 factorial, t is coming twice, so 2 factorial. Anything else? That's it. So 11 factorial divided by 2 factorial into 2 factorial into 2 factorial. So that will be the answer. Why it is 2 factorial? Why are you actually dividing with that number is because if you treat this whole thing to be one lot, if you treat this whole thing to be one lot, these 2 letters can be arranged among themselves in how many ways? 2 factorial ways. O and O can be arranged among themselves in 2 factorial ways. Since the 2 factorial is going to give you the same result, you are dividing with it so that the final result does not have any repetition. And then put 3 factorial. Put 3 factorial. Whichever letter is getting repeated, the number of times it is getting repeated, that should be put in the denominator. Okay, are you able to understand? So just make a note of this. Can I proceed? Right? Okay. So you can write down this theorem. And write down this theorem number 3. The number of permutations of the number of permutations of the number of permutations of n objects where p objects are of the same kind and rest are all different is given as n factorial divided by, so I repeat it, the number of permutations of n objects where p objects are of the same kind and rest are all different is given as n factorial divided by, this p is there, no, it is getting repeated, so it is going to be n factorial divided by p factorial. Okay. The theorem number 4 states the number of permutations of n objects where p1 objects are of one kind, p2 are of second kind. So p2 are of second kind, so on till pn, or I can take pk. pk are of kth kind and the rest all are different. Then what is the answer going to be? It will be n factorial divided by p1 factorial into p2 factorial, so on till pk factorial. Now your doubt got clarified. So if you have different types, the numbers will change. Okay. Whose book is this? Yes. Shall I proceed? Shall I proceed? Yeah. See, keeping that big statement away, did you understand how to handle problems? Repetition is there, just calculate the total number of letters that are there, those many factorial in the numerator divided by repetition factorial should get multiplied. Shall I proceed? So let's solve example number 9. So the question says, find the number of permutations of the letters of the word Allahabad. How much is it? How many letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is 9 factorial divided by A is getting repeated how many times? A is coming 4 times. L is coming 2 times. H is not repeating, B is not repeating, D is not repeating. So 9 factorial by 4 factorial into 2 factorial. So it is going to be 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 factorial divided by 4 factorial into 2 factorial. 4 factorial and 4 factorial will get cancelled. If you observe, this is 30, 30 into 7, 210, 210 into 8 is 1680, 1680 into 9. So we got an answer in the example problem itself. No, 16800 and 1680. So 0, 2, 1, 15120. This divided by 2. 15120 divided by this 2. 7560. So 7560 should be the answer. Can I proceed? So what is example number 10? It says, how many 4-digit numbers can be formed, right? By using the digits 1 to 9, if repetition of digits is not allowed. So how many numbers are there? You have the digits between 1 to 9. So between 1 to 9, how many digits do you have? You have only 9 digits. So out of the 9 digits that you have, they're asking you to form numbers which are how many digits? You need to form a 4-digit number where the repetition of number is not allowed. So out of the 9 available numbers, you are going to arrange 4 at a time. So it is going to be 9P4. So 9P4, again, we know the answer. It is 15120. 15120. Oh, that is 9P5. Right. No, 9P4, but 15120 is okay. But the answer given there is 3024. That's what I'm. That was 9P5. That was 9P5. By 4, I don't. Yeah, that's what. So 15120 divided by 4. See this one, 15120 divided by 4. How much is it? 3. 3240 is the answer, no? Yes. I think there is a mistake. Let's do correction here. So 9P4 is going to be 9 factorial by 5 factorial. It is 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 factorial divided by 5 factorial. This 2 will get cancelled. So basically 9 factorial by 4 factorial came out to be how much? 15120. So divided with 4, answer will be 302. So it will come out as, no, it should be divided by 5. Because in the 5 factorial, 5 is extra. So if you divide it with 5, how much will you get? 30. So you'll get 302. Okay, did you understand? So look at example 11. Shall we proceed? Yeah. So look at example number 11. So what does example number 11 tell? How many numbers lying between 100 and 1000 can be formed with the digits? What are the digits? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If a repetition of digits is allowed, how many numbers lying between 100 and 1000 can be formed with the digit 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the repetition of digits allowed? How many numbers are possible? How 9? So did they, 1 minute, give me the. Right. So if you read the question, right, how many numbers between 100 to 1000 can be formed using these digits? But repetition is allowed, no? If repetition was not allowed, okay, repetition is not allowed. Okay, if repetition is not allowed, then you have to remove the 444, 222, 333, and 223, 232, like that. So let's think of this. See, between 100 and when they say between 100 and 1000, right? The first number that you can actually form is 101. Okay, where repetition should not be allowed. Okay, 1 or 2 will be the first number. Similarly, the last number that you can form is somewhere around 987, right? That is the last number you can form. So like this, here the repetition is not allowed. So tell me, how many digits are there in your hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have 6 digits in your hand. Using these 6 digits, how many 3-digit numbers can you form? Is it not 6p3? Is it not 6p3? Out of the 6 digits that you have, you can form a 3-digit number using the 6p3 format, right? But in the 6p3, what will you have? You will have some numbers when you follow this kind of a combination. No, there will be certain numbers where you will put 0 in the 100 space. So if you start with 0, right, then you will have only a 2-digit number. So you need to remove those 2-digit numbers from this. So how will you remove them? Minus. So what are the 5 digits that you need to use? 5p2. Why is it 5p2? Because you are going to use only. So when you put 0 in the first position, right? In these 2 places, how many blank spaces you have? 2 blank spaces, and how many numbers are left out? 5. So you have to remove those numbers. So it is 6p3 means 6 factorial divided by 3 factorial minus 5 factorial divided by 3 factorial. So it is 6 into, sorry, 5 factorial into 5 factorial into 6 minus 1 divided by 3 factorial. Am I right? So I can take 5 factorial common. This is 6 into 5 factorial, 5 factorial outside. Okay. 5 minus 2 factorial. N factorial by n minus r factorial. So 5 factorial into 6 minus 1. So it is going to be 5 into 5 factorial divided by 3 factorial. This will be 5 into 4 into 3 factorial by 3 factorial. They both will get cancelled. 5 into 4 is 20. 20 into 5 is going to be 100. So 100 numbers can be formed. 100 3-digit numbers can be formed. Means out of 999 only these many are possible because repetition is not allowed. Had repetition been allowed, then it would have been everything. Then there is no question of using permutation combination. 101 would be the first number. 999 will be the last number. Arithmetic progression, get the number of terms. That's it. A repetition was allowed. But did you understand why we wrote that 5p2? Is everyone clear with that? Those who are online, are you clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay. See, this 12th problem, I'm leaving it to you. Will you be able to handle it? Okay, I'll do it. I'll do it. Let me know if I can proceed. So example 12 is find the value of n such that np5 is equal to 42 times np3, where obviously n is supposed to be greater than 4. N is supposed to be greater than 4. Right? So tell me, what is np5? N factorial by n minus 5 factorial is equal to 42 into, what is this? This is going to be n factorial divided by n minus 3 factorial. N factorial and n factorial are gone. So among n minus 5 factorial into n minus 3 factorial, which one is more? N minus 3 factorial is more. Because since n is common, from a number, if you subtract 5, it will become small compared to you subtracting 3. So what you can do is you can write this as 42 divided by same logic, n minus 3 into n minus 4 into n minus 5 factorial. Cancel this n minus 5 factorial and this n minus 5. So all that you will have is bring this n minus 3 into n minus 4 to the left, 1 to the other side. So n square minus 7n plus 12 is equal to 42. So n square minus 7n minus 30 is equal to 0. So 30, how can you split it as 3 and 10? So it is going to be n square minus 10n plus 3n minus 30 is equal to 0. So n into n minus 10 plus 3 into n minus 10 is equal to 0. So n will be minus 3 or 10. So 10 is the right answer. Minus 3 is eliminated because n can't be negative. And moreover, they told n should be greater than 4. Is the point clear? Yeah. So can you try the next one? Any doubt? You have to subtract one, no? I asked you a question of out of n minus 1 factorial and n minus 3 factorial, which one is more? See, if I put n is equal to 10 here, 10 minus 5 factorial is 5 factorial. 10 minus 3 factorial is 7 factorial. So from the same number, if you subtract 5, it is less compared to you subtracting 3. So bigger number, always what you should do is you should start with that number, keep decreasing one. So n minus 3 minus 1 is n minus, that's why I wrote like that. N minus 4 minus 1 is n minus 5 factorial. Next one. Can you tell me what the question is? Find, okay, if 5 into 4 PR. Sure. The 13th question is example number 13. It says find R if 5 into 4 PR is equal to 6 into 5P R minus 1. But there is another problem, no? Example 12, the second point, did you guys do it? This one I asked about. Second one, huh? So in example 12, what is the second problem? Can you tell me? NP4 divided by N minus 1 P4 is equal to 5 divided by 3 and the value of n is greater than 4. Okay. So it will be n factorial divided by n minus 4 factorial divided by n minus 1 factorial divided by n minus 5 factorial. Is n minus 1 minus 4 factorial, that is n minus 5 factorial. Let's do it. See, I look at, see, it is A by B divided by C by D. I'm concentrating only on A and C. So among A and C, which one is greater? A is greater, right? So I'll write that as n into n minus 1 factorial divided by, among n minus 4 factorial and n minus 5 factorial, which one is greater? N minus 4 is greater. So I'll write this as n minus 4 into n minus 5 factorial, the whole divided by, this is going to be n minus 1 factorial divided by, this is n minus 5 factorial. Cancel this and this are gone. So this will be equal to 5 divided by 3. Cross multiply. 3n will be equal to 5n minus 20. So 2n should be equal to 20 and n should be 10. This is the answer. Got it? So answer is 10. Is it right? Understood. Right? Shall we proceed? Yeah. You're missing something. N by n minus 4 is 5 by 8. Right? Shall we do the 13th one? So look at the 13th problem. What is the question? 5 times 4PR 5P R minus 1. No condition on R, no? Yes. So 5 times this value. So 5 into 4PR is 4 factorial by 4 minus R factorial. Make sense? Is equal to 6 into 5 factorial divided by 5 minus of R minus 1. So it will basically be 6 minus R factorial. Am I right? So it will be 6 minus R factorial. Right? So how can I write this? If you observe here, I have 5 factorial. So 5 into 4 factorial is 5 factorial. So 5 into 4 factorial is 5 factorial. Cancel it. Right. So after that, among 4 minus R factorial and 6 minus R factorial, which one is bigger? 6 minus R is bigger. Because from a bigger number, you are subtracting the same value. So it will be, I'll bring the 6 minus R factorial this side. So 6 minus R into 5 minus R into 4 minus R factorial. Understand what I did? I brought the 6 minus R to the left, 6 minus R factorial to the left hand side. It is 6 minus R into, why did I write 5 minus R? Because it is 6 minus R minus 1. So from 6, 1 is gone, it is 5 that is left out. So 5 minus R minus 1, which is going to be 4 minus R, and put a factorial. This should be equal to 6 into this 4 minus R factorial will go to the other side. Cancel this and this. What is that you are going to have? So 30 minus 11R plus R square is equal to 6. So R square minus 11R plus 24 is equal to 0. So R minus 8 into R minus 3 will be 0. R will be 3 or 8. So R will be 3 or 8. 8 is not possible because this number cannot be greater than this. So 8 is not possible. So R will be equal to 3. For the number of blank spaces cannot be more than the number of available objects. So answer should be R is equal to 3. Clear? Is that the answer? They didn't give both, huh? How would it be possible? I think there is a mistake here. 8 cannot come. Let me check the old. Is anyone having older version of the book? 8, 3. 8 will not be. You substitute and see, if you put 8 there, it will be 4 factorial by 4 minus 8 factorial. Negative of a factorial is not defined. So it should actually be 3 only. Is it clear? How many more examples are there? 3 more. Huh? I think those are all word problems. So, yeah, statement problems. So we can do it that faster. Can we? So what is the 14th one? So 14th one is this example 14. Yeah. Daughter. Okay. Find the number of different 8-letter arrangements that can be made from the letters of the word daughter. Right, daughter. So that this is an important point. All vowels are together. And the second point is all vowels are not together. Okay, observe this. Listen. So if you observe, what are all the vowels in this? A, E, U. Am I right? A, E, and U. So how many letters are there in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So those 8 letters, right? So 8 letters can be arranged among themselves in how many ways? So observe, 8 letters can be arranged among themselves in 8 factorial ways. Make sense? Okay. Now, if you see, out of the 8 letters that you have, 3 are vowels and 5 are consonants. So what you need to do is, you need to keep all the vowels together. That is what they're asking. So first part says, all the vowels are supposed to be together. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 consonants are there. Plus the 6th blank space, I will leave it for vowels, where I'm going to treat A, E, U as a single object. So whenever there is a problem, they say that these things are supposed to be together, right? What you need to do is the things that are supposed to be together, straight up. The things that are supposed to be the things that are supposed to be together should be treated as one word, as a single object. Okay? In the sense, these 5 places will be given for consonants, and the last position is given to the combination of vowels. So what has happened is 8 letters have got reduced to 8 letters are actually being arranged in 6 blank spaces. So how can you arrange those 6 objects in 6 blank spaces? 6 objects in 6 blank spaces can be arranged as 6 factorial ways. But here is where the challenge is. In that 6 factorial also, what is going to happen is, these vowels are there, no A, E, U. They can be arranged among themselves in, yes. So 3 vowels can be arranged among themselves in, yes. In 3 factorial ways. These two are subsequent operations, meaning you need to arrange these 6 different objects in 6 factorial ways, and means multiplication. And you should arrange the vowels among themselves in 3 factorial ways. So 6 factorial is going to be 720. 720 into 6 is going to be the answer. Did you understand? Right? This is going to be the answer for the part A. So let's come from the beginning. What did we do? We took the 8 letters, and the 8 letters were arranged among themselves in 8 factorial without any condition being imposed on them. There is no condition. Second, we took the condition. What is the condition? The vowels are supposed to be together. So take all the vowels, treat them as one object. So the remaining objects are different. So 5 different objects plus this one object. So the 6 objects can be arranged among themselves in 6 factorial ways. After you go deep, these 3 vowels can be arranged among themselves in 3 factorial. So these two are happening simultaneously. So 6 factorial into 3 factorial is going to be the answer for the part A. And part B, what do they say? All vowels are supposed to be not together. Means from that 8 factorial, remove the 6 factorial into 3 factorial. So from the total arrangements, remove all the arrangements which have the vowels together. That will give you the answer for the vowels not being together. So that will be 8 factorial minus 6 factorial into 3 factorial. And this will be the answer for the second part. Am I clear with this? Right? Just make a note of it. Had this problem, no, in this problem, had there been repetition, then it would have been slightly complicated. A repetition, for example, A repeated twice, now 8 factorial divided by 2 factorial. Ada puttu panniru. Answer, what is the answer? That time not born. 36,000. Second part. Second part, what can you do is 8 in 6 factorial common eduthu. 56 varum. 56 minus 3. Illa 56 minus 6. 50 into. Correct. So 72 into 5 is 36. 36,000. Answer is 36, sir. So 6 factorial into 3 factorial. 720 into 6 is 4320. Error. Can do the next 2 problems for today. So tomorrow's class 7.3 are there. How many problems are there? 11 into 2, 22 minutes time. Be mentally prepared, okay? I'll give you 3 minutes extra, 25 minutes. Shall we start? So example 15. Huh? So what is the question? So in how many ways can 4 red, 3 yellow and 2 green discs be arranged in a row if the discs of the same color are indistinguishable? In the sense, they're going to be the same. So totally how many discs do you have? Total you have 4 plus 3 plus 2. So it is 9. So 9 discs can be arranged among themselves in 9 factorial ways divided by how many are getting repeated. This 4 is getting repeated because they are identical. 4 factorial into 3 factorial into 2 factorial. This will be the answer. Okay. So 9 factorial divided by 4 factorial into 3 factorial into 2 factorial. Did you understand the question? Read and see. Shall I proceed? One last problem for the day. So the 16th question is, find the number of arrangements. Find the number of arrangements of the letters of the word independence right? Independence. So in how many ways can you arrange the letters of the word independence in the first place? That is the first part of the question. So how many letters are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 letters can be arranged among themselves in 12 factorial divided by I is repeating how many times? So I is not repeating, no. D is repeating, N is repeating 3 times. So N is 3 factorial. D is repeating twice. So 2 factorial. Where? I'm coming in the order. I is not repeated. N is repeated thrice. Then D is repeated twice. E is repeated 1, 2, 3, 4. So E is repeated 4 times. P is not repeated. N we have used. Everything else is used. Then E. Okay. This is the answer. This is the answer. The word